Hello, this is Dillon Hartman from Durango Silver Company, and I'm here today to talk to you briefly about turquoise beads and fake turquoise beads. Okay, so let's start with fake turquoise beads, as they're the most common thing on the market, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the most common fake turquoise beads on the market today are what's called howlite, or some people use what's called a magnesite, and it's a white gemstone that they dye blue to make look like turquoise. This is very, very common and can be found in all the bead stores, or almost all the bead stores, gem shows and whatnot. So here's a couple examples of magnesite or howlite beads. Here's a really ugly one, or in my idea. Okay, and you can see how it's kind of waxy, and if you were holding it in person yourself, you'd feel it has a real plasticky kind of just a yucky feel to it. Okay, and then here's another example for you. Okay, this is a prettier piece. You know, this is actually a pretty piece of imitation turquoise. Some people call it turco-like, which I think is pretty cute. But anyway, there's another piece there. Okay, so there are different grades of this imitation turquoise. Some of it's very nice looking, and if you're just looking for that look or a costumey piece of jewelry, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as the dealer tells you that it's not real. Okay, here's what the inside of one of those beads might look like. Okay, this particular bead, they did a pretty good job of getting the dye to go through the howlite, so it has a little bit of color on the inside. But a lot of this material, you cut it open, and I mean, you can actually see the blue around the outside and then stark white in the middle, and then you know you're really dealing with some low-grade stuff. Okay, so that covers howlite, or as I said, magnesite. Just depending on which dealer you're talking to, they each call it something a little different. Okay, the other types of fake beads, just to go through them real quick, would be ceramic beads, glass beads. They make them out of cement, plastic, all kinds of different things to make imitation turquoise beads. And a lot of times you can tell by the weight and just the feel of it, if it feels like a rock or not. If you pick up just a rock out in your parking lot, you'll be able to feel a difference between that and plastic, of course. Okay, so that's fake turquoise. The next most common thing on the bead market, in bead stores, gem shows, jewelry, what you're going to see in most of the jewelry out there, especially on the internet, you're going to see stabilized turquoise. Okay, and stabilized turquoise is the next best thing to natural turquoise. And in between fake and stabilized, there's all kind of different products. There's reconstituted, where they crush up the turquoise and mix it with resin. There's block turquoise. I mean, there's all kind of things in there. And then there's stuff that's been color enhanced, where they take real turquoise, but they put color in it, and then they stabilize it. All kind of processes. But what stabilized turquoise is, this is one of the most commonly asked questions I get. What stabilized turquoise is, they take an entire chunk of turquoise, and it soaks in resin for about 3 months and dries for about 3 months, and then it's become hardened, and that resin just penetrates the little pinholes in the turquoise that hasn't formed yet, and then it becomes cuttable. That's what stabilized is. It doesn't have color added to it or anything else. If it has color, again, like I say, it's called enhanced. Okay, so I brought a few examples to show you of some stabilized turquoise and some natural turquoise. Here's an example of kind of a garage or amateurly done stabilization job on some chalk turquoise or low-grade turquoise. And what this person has done here, they just simply went ahead and they took these chalk pieces of turquoise, and they just coated them with clear coat paint, like out of a spray can. and they did that several times. And I don't know if you can see from on the camera, but these are pretty soft, and the stabilization job isn't that good. So these wouldn't really be the best beads to buy if you're going to wear them all the time, because they might break. They're pretty fragile. And I bought these to show as an example. Very inexpensive. I think I paid maybe $5 a strand for those big huge beads. Okay. Here's a better grade of stabilized turquoise beads. These have been professionally stabilized. These are Kingman Turquoise, and this is one of the most common types of turquoise you will find anywhere. Kingman is the largest producer of turquoise, and one of their big businesses is Turquoise Beads. Okay, so again, you'll find a lot of this, and you'll find a lot of stabilized Sleeping Beauty turquoise in beads. Very, very common, stabilized Chinese as well. Okay, so these are pretty dang nice beads. And if you're just looking for a nice turquoise necklace and you're not a collector, you just want to wear the fashion and the style, these are probably going to be good enough for you, and they'll stay this color pretty much as long as you have them. That's really what stabilization was invented for. Okay. So going up on there to the next grade of beads you may be able to find that's a little bit more expensive but still affordable. These here are natural ube turquoise from China. Okay, and these come in all kinds of colors. They don't just come in this greenish color. I just happen to like this color, and so I chose this to have kind of an earthy feel and whatnot. But these come in a beautiful robin's egg blue, kind of a light blue spider web, dark blue spider web. And depending on the color in the matrix, as you know, spider web's worth a lot more. These beads can vary in price greatly. Okay. Next level up would be natural American turquoise beads. Okay, these I don't have very many of, so I just brought you what I have, and they're not necessarily the best grade, but they are American and they are natural. These are some natural blue gem turquoise beads from Nevada. Okay, very nice cut on these, and pretty consistent in color, but as you can see, there's some natural flaws in them, some nice matrix and stuff. This would be the next level up from that, and these are now getting into the hundreds of dollars per strand. Okay, here's the next level up from that. These are some natural Royston turquoise beads. Okay, and again from Nevada, and these are more valued because the color is a lot richer, and if you know much about turquoise, you know that the Royston boys aren't big on making beads and letting their beads out, their turquoise out to be made into beads. Okay, so, and a lot of times the only way that you can get these type of beads is to use your own, to buy the rough turquoise and then have the beads made for you from your own turquoise, or to make them yourself. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you a little bit when beginning to purchase turquoise beads. Let me just go over real quickly the main points in trying to help you not get fooled. Okay, when you're buying beads or a ring or a pendant or anything else, when coming to turquoise or any gemstone, you do get what you pay for. So if somebody has something that's on 50% off or something like that, there's a reason. Or if you see a big huge strand of beads like this and it's $5, $10, even $30 for a strand of beads like this, it's no good. It's not going to be natural, definitely not going to be high grade. Okay, so price is key. And the other thing is, take a feel on them. Go ahead and feel the beads when you're looking at them. If you're on the internet, you can't do that. But you can certainly call up the seller and talk to them and get a feel if they know what they're talking about. And price, color, feel, and another really good thing for you to do is if you buy some beads and you look and that seller on the internet doesn't give you a refund, they're probably not any good. So hopefully that's some helpful advice for you. I hope you enjoyed this and have a great day.